You've worked with the likes of Matty Ryan.
Yep.
I'll drop the name for you. Who is the Socceroos goalkeeper, and some very high-level clubs. Can you share the names, or?
Yeah, look, obviously we know Matty he's at Brighton now. He's at Valencia and Club Brugge prior to that, and obviously we played together at the Mariners in the earlier days.
So yeah, working with those people in those clubs is massive. Yo, what's going on, Team Tweety? I hope you're all super well. I finally had a good sleep tonight. When I arrived back in Australia, it was Thursday, 10:30 p.m. I had 2 hours sleep that night. The next night I had about 3 hours sleep. The night after that was about 3.5. And last night, well, today, I had 8 hours sleep, which I'm so happy about, man. You can really feel it in the legs. I haven't recovered from sessions that I've been doing, but we're back. And this is my new breakfast I've been having. 5 eggs in the morning, and then once I finish this, I go in, have half a cup of oats, turn that into some porridge, put a dash of honey on it, a little bit of cinnamon as well, just to take the blandness off it. Man, I'm so happy. It looks like my sleep schedule may be getting better. This is the worst leg, man. Anyway, this is my breakfast plus the oats, which I won't show you. Right, I was just in the middle of watching some of the La Liga action, the El Clasico, but I had to head off just, I think it was at the 65th minute. So I recorded it. I'll come back and watch it after I have a session with Patti. Patti messaged me this morning and was like, yo, do you want to go for a session? Actually, maybe it was last night. I can't remember. I went to sleep so early. Anyway, we're getting the session in with Patti. I also have a gym workout tonight. Anyway, let's go catch up with Patti. It's been a minute since we've seen the man. About to start the session with the man. Patti, how you going, mate? We haven't seen you in a long time.
Good, man. I'm back.
Back.
Playing.
On the bench. Well, yeah, because you're coming back from injury, of course.
Yeah, just on the bench on the weekend. Yeah, I've played equivalent to 90 minutes so far, so...
Starting spot is coming soon. We know it. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, I'm
so,
feeling good, man.
We're getting the session in, improving. Patti asked me what I wanted to work on, and I said, mate, let's just, you know, kind of start from wherever you want to start from.
Yeah.
Because I haven't played enough games or enough training sessions to pinpoint what I want to work on.
Yeah, just work on your game right now. Just explosive movements, getting sharper every day. That's it.
Exactly. And I told you, I got a PT session tonight.
Exciting.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah. Anyway, into the session. This is awesome, mate. I'm getting all of these different people surrounding me, and they're giving me different types of training. So when I train with Patti, it's going to be completely different to when I train with Jonah, and that's so good for me as a player. So you can see here, these are things that I've done before, but I only ever really do them when I train with Patti. You can see on that first one, man, I just wasn't used to it. Patti wasn't either. But just working on sort of explosiveness and, you know, a lot of stuff, not so much with the ball, and that's fine. That's, you know, this is Patti's form of training on this day. Obviously, we usually do a lot of work with the ball, but just today he wanted to work on this, and that's really good for me as a player, man. Getting these different types of training sessions in, absolutely love it. And I think you guys will see later in the video, as you saw in the intro, we got Pedj as my sort of strength and conditioning coach. I call him a PT throughout this, and I'm sorry because he's not a PT. He's much more than that. He's a strength and conditioning coach. Really knows his stuff, and you guys will see that later on in the video. But he also provides a different type of training that I'm not used to, and it's really challenging me and taking me to the next level as a footballer. And so, you know, if I don't come back to Australia, I don't get to experience these sorts of things and develop my game to be the best that I possibly can. So this session went for about 50 minutes, and it was hot, man. I said a little bit later on, it's just tough going from the freezing cold in the UK to the boiling heat of Australia. But I got to get used to it. You know, you got to adapt to the situation that you're in. So bit of hurdles, bit of dribbling. I mess up, a little bit rusty. I'm getting there, working. And then in this one, we just do a little pass back. And yeah, the Patti's training is, you know, this is something that I don't really show on my channel. I do a lot of ball work, but you can see that Patti, and even when I do this, I can see that Patti's better than me at a lot of this stuff, simply because he's more explosive. There's no denying that. There's no denying. So, oh, this is a good one. I don't really know why, but I think it's like to mess up your coordination and then continue forward. But it's quality, man. It's good fun as well. But yeah, there's no denying Patti can jump high. He's more explosive, and I'm not trying to deny that. I'm not trying to say that I'm better. He is better than me at that, but that's why I need to work so that I can be on his level. You can see my jumps aren't as explosive. They're not as high. But this is why we do the work with Pedj. This is why we do these sorts of sessions, so that I can be that elite player. And that will be the aim. So we got a double day today. Tough sessions. But yeah, loving it, man. Loving being back and training. And look at the view, man. Blue skies, grass. It's good. It's good to be in this environment that's really going to develop me as a player. So that was the session. I hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoy the strength and conditioning session with Pedj a little bit later on. Really, really good session with Patti. He's just over there packing up his stuff. Where is he? Patti. Oh, it's a bit bright. Anyway, Patti and I were talking about it. Working a lot on that strength and explosiveness, something that I haven't worked on in such a long time. And these are the sorts of things, now that I'm in Australia, I have this really good setup, this environment. Like I said, I have the PT session tonight. You guys are gonna see, like, this guy's played in League 2, League 1. You'll hear all about it. A very, very good footballer, and he'll be great for me. So look, I'm just getting the people around me set up and just kind of getting into the routine of it all. So it's not all set in stone yet. I don't have the days, I don't have the schedule, but we're slowly getting there. I need to give Clayton a call for my sprint training and a couple of other things. Anyway, quality, that killed me, man. Patti wasn't even tired. I'm there dying. I'm fit. That's all it is. I need to work on it. But it's a process. You trust the process, man. Been back home for a little bit. I did meal prep, so I cooked up a whole lot of lunches. We got tuna pasta, super simple, veggies, protein, everything, man. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meals out of that. This is the one that I'm gonna be having now. I'll put 3 in the fridge, freeze 2 of them, and then that kind of has me set for 6 meals because I need to be eating a lot, man. I can't just, you know, slack off. This is the most important time and I need to make sure I'm fueling my body. So yeah, meal prep done. It's looking good, man. It always feels good when you get all the cooking done for a while. I'm still so exhausted from that session this morning. Going from training in like 8-degree weather, 5-degree weather, whatever, to now training in like 30-degree heat. That's tough. It feels like Tulsa, but like worse, because in Tulsa I think it was close to 37, nearly 40, but I was coming from about 20 degrees, 18 degrees. I think this is definitely worse. So it really takes it out of you. Anyway, it's about 5 o'clock. I just had a smoothie. I nearly finished it, but I'm feeling so full, man. This new diet is gonna take a little bit of time to get used to, but we're heading off to the gym session with the new PT. I'm really excited. I'm traveling about 45 minutes for this because I know what this guy's capable of and I'm really excited to work with him. I told Patti and Patti agreed with me. He knows this player and I think, you know, all you have to do is Google his name and you kind of see his resume, and on top of that I'm sure he knows his stuff about personal training and strength work because number one, he's worked in the professional environment for such a long time, and then secondly, he has some PT qualifications, I'm pretty sure, but we'll go into that when we're with him. Long drive ahead. Arrived, just kicking my legs up, chilling out a little bit. Pedj is gonna be slightly late, about 15 minutes. So I got 12 minutes. I'm just kind of waiting for the session. It's gonna be gym focused, I believe. That's what I want. And today maybe kind of just planning, maybe just going through the movements. I don't know, it's gonna be interesting for me to see what he kind of has in his mind and how we can work together and make this a great relationship in order to really take me to the next level. So I'm excited, man, but we just wait now, we wait.
Good. Good. Yes, nice.
So as you can see here, what I'm looking to do is I'm going to a single arm squat with my weight over it, and as I come up, I'm going to catch, release, drive. So the key to this is we're looking on transverse rotation work, where we're coming up, rotate, turn. Now if you think about it in football, what we're coming, turning, and what I've noticed with Sheldon is that he needs to work on his core rotation through here. With the ball, if you're turning, going, whatever it may be, you need that strength through here. So when we're doing a rotation through here, we're going to gravitate the weight, and then on the deceleration phase, the weight's going to drag us down with the pull stroke to replicate the same drill again. Here what we're working on is we're working on hip drive through our back lunge when we come up, here, and we're going to drive through. Now, as we come up, the weight's going to pull us back against gravity, so we need to stay strong through our core and stabilize to drive. It's the same thing might happen on the field, is when you come in, someone might come to push you, and you need to stabilize through hips, core, ankles, knees.
Just came off the session with Pedj. Mate, quality, I loved it.
We did well, son.
Yeah, this is my first time meeting Pedj. I've watched you a lot on TV back in the day, man. What, 30 years ago or something?
Yeah, about that. I look good for my age, eh? So what am I, 45? That means.
But no, give us a background on yourself. You've had over 250 appearances as a professional. Obviously carry yourself very well. Kind of take us briefly through your career.
Look, in a nutshell, without boring you, yes, played in the UK, in the A-League for about 7 odd years, where I've now been able to play to over 50 games, both at Sydney FC and Central Coast Mariners. And I was fortunate enough to be one of the fittest in the league, and that's kind of what I'm doing now, is with the strength and conditioning. And it's great that your camera's right up in my face, because it's showing my bad side, so he's terrible with that. There we go.
I gotta show the shirt and my hair and everything. But don't briefly brush over the UK. This is the big reason I'm so interested in working with you, because obviously you know your stuff. You've worked with the likes of Matty Ryan. I'll drop the name for you. Who is the Socceroos goalkeeper, and some very high level clubs. Can you share the names or?
Yeah, look, obviously we know Matty he's at Brighton now. He's at Valencia and Club Brugge prior to that, and obviously we played together at the Mariners in the earlier days.
So yeah, working with those people in those clubs is massive. And don't briefly brush over the UK.
Yeah.
You got to go into a little bit more detail there. What happened?
Yeah, so 19, I went across to the UK. It was in between the old NSL and A-League. There was a year gap.
Oh, the old NSL, mate.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm almost 30 years old playing. And I went to the League 1, League 2 over there and played with Northampton Town for 3 years. And it was a great experience. Played over 144 games with them. I was unlucky to get a real serious injury at age 23, which ended up potentially giving up the game at that time and coming back to Australia, and fortunate enough got the injury better and became a player in the A-League again. So the UK experience was great. What advice would I give? It's a big mental game. It's very physical over there, as we see. Sometimes just brute force, but there's a lot of talent as well, and there's a lot of depth in the UK. People don't understand the depth of the level of level playing field compared to some of the European countries where it's only the top club or the top division.
Right,
and
I see what you're saying, yeah.
But in terms from a financial point, people can still make a great living over in the UK.
In 7th division as well. I heard people in my league were getting £700 a week.
No, there was, and even back in my day. Yeah, it depends on the club and who runs it. There's that's the thing. There's some clubs that just have money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, there's no like budgets here like it is in the A-League.
Nah. Yeah, so I'll be looking to go over National League, National League North or South, and there's a possibility of League 2. Like that's very possible. Well, low possibility, I mean.
Yeah, but here's a story. I mean, we know about Vardy, right? He's gone all the way up. But I played with 2 players in England, Steve Morrison and Bradley Cooper, who couldn't even make the starting 11, went to non-league and worked their way back up, ended up playing Premier League with Norwich.
Wow.
And it's crazy. I couldn't be like, wow, they were good players too. It's just timing, right? Sometimes it didn't work. And one was a striker who just scored many goals and worked his way up. So anything's possible.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to be seeing Pedj more. Also, you have an app.
Yeah.
Like, I've had a little look at it. Take us through that very quickly, because we'll look at it again as we see more. Yeah,
so it's Play Central's app. It's designed around footballers for strength and conditioning, mindset and nutrition. And I set up 3 and 9 and 12 month programs where it's designed through my own career and through other footballers how to take it to the next level. Because you can always increase that 30 to 50% as a footballer.
That's sick. So I'll leave the link in the description for that. Absolutely awesome stuff. We'll see Pedj more in the future, but cheers, mate.
Thanks, bud. Well done today.
Whoops, starting eating my dinner. One thing that's important, I'm staying hydrated. So lots of water. And then this is my dinner that Papa Tweety cooked up. I don't really know what it is, but we got some rice, some meat of some sort, and then some veggies. So very top quality meal. Got some dashi games as well. Gotta love dashi, man. I'll never forget the days, man, when I would come back from training, I'd have lunch, I'd sit down at my computer in Crawley, and I'd have lunch and watch dashi like almost every day. It was a ritual, so it brings back memories. It's weird. But quality session with Pedj, man. Really, really quality. I'm talking with him more and more, and it's just perfect. Like a top level professional who's played over 250 professional games, played in leagues that I aspired to play in. That's just a quality, someone that I can really learn off, not just on the strength and that stuff, but how to carry myself as a professional. And you know, this is why we've come back to Australia, set up the right people around me, and I wouldn't have access to this if I stayed. So really seeing the benefits in it. But make sure you guys check out that app if you want to download it. Link is in the description. There's a free trial as well. We'll look more into it in the future, but this is just a little intro into it. Anyway, exciting times ahead for everything. I'm just editing this video now. Jet lag killed me, man. I just went to sleep. I didn't even think of outroing the vlog, but it will get better. Again, if you're in Sydney, even better, send a Pedj a message on Instagram, go follow him. He also does strength and conditioning sessions in the Sydney area, so just send him a message, see if he's about, or just wait and see, because you're gonna see the development with me as a player, and this is just the start, man. This is the start, and it's exciting times ahead. So thanks for signing up. Make sure you like and subscribe, and enjoy the journey. I'll see you next week. Whoops.